What's going on, folks? This is LB the Realist with Surrealistic Studios, Surreal News, where the real is surreal. Thank you for joining me on another segment. Hit that like button, comment when I'm done, subscribe, and share this video. So, we're going to go ahead and jump into this story here. Some years back, when I did all of my reporting on, Standing Rock, the water protectors out there, with NODAPL, the Dakota Access Pipeline, I was made aware of an individual named Red Fawn. Now, Red Fawn was one of the water protectors out there in Standing Rock, and they actually arrested her and sent her to prison for essentially protecting water. And there was a time when we thought that she might not ever get out, but eventually they did release her, and quite frankly, I'm not sure if I covered that release or not. So even if I did, I wanted to go back and just kind of talk about this story a little bit, because I think it deserves to be talked about. And I think she deserves praises, and she deserves for her story to be heard. So even if this isn't the most complete information, I wanted to go ahead and at least make a segment so you guys are made aware of it, and so that we can just remind ourselves that there are still people out there that are fighting. There are still people out there that are putting their lives and their livelihoods on the line for our rights and for our water, for our earth. You know what I'm saying? So with all that being said, folks, let me go ahead and jump into this one. This is going to be from nativenewsonline.net. Standing Rock water protector Red Fawn Fallis released from federal prison. This article looks like it was September 11th of 2020 last year. So just a few months here. Just a few months back here. About 10 months back. So let's go. This is Bismarck, North Dakota. Red Fawn Fallis was greeted by friends at the Bismarck Airport in Bismarck, North Dakota on Wednesday evening after serving a 4-year sentence at a federal prison in California. 4 years in a federal prison in California. They sent her to California. That's crazy. Fallis, a tribal citizen of the Oglala Sioux tribe, was a water protector at Standing Rock during the resistance to stop the Dakota Access Pipeline. She was arrested on October 27, 2016, at an incident at Standing Rock. She was one of more than 140 people arrested in a violent clash with law enforcement led by the Morton County Sheriff's Department on that day. After her arrest, she was charged with several felonies, including a charge of civil disorder and possession of a firearm and ammunition by a convicted felon, and the charge of discharge of a firearm in relation to a felony crime of violence. Wow. And I don't know if you guys remember, but I faintly remember when I did some reporting on this, there was a whole story behind that gun. And I go back to my video, and maybe I'm misunderstanding, or maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but I believe that gun that they're referring to actually belonged to a person who was dating Red Fawn at the time during all that stuff, when all that stuff was going on with the water protectors. And that guy that she was dating was actually undercover. Let me go ahead and read the story right here, but I just thought that you guys should know that little interesting tidbit. I remember that. So check this out. Here we go. Facing 10 years with the possibility of life imprisonment, Fallis entered into a plea agreement on January 22nd, 2018 with the federal prosecutor. On July 11, 2018, she was sentenced to 18 months on the civil disorder charge and to a concurrent term of 57 months on the possession charge. She was incarcerated in a federal prison in Dublin, California. Red Fawn was singled out by law enforcement at Standing Rock, and sadly, she wound up bearing the brunt of police and state anger over our resistance. Of course, we know the real criminals are the oil companies and those in government and law enforcement who aid and abet their destruction of Mother Earth, Chase Iron Eyes from the Lakota Law Project said. During the Standing Rock resistance, more than 700 water protectors were arrested. 700 water protectors. Among all of those arrested, Fallis faced the most severe charges and was incarcerated for the longest period of time. Many American Indians considered her a political prisoner, not just American Indians. I am, and have always been, proud to stand at Red Fawn's side. Though she's now back with her community, this cannot be called justice. While she spent years behind bars, DAPL has operated without adequate environmental reviews, said Phyllis Young, a former tribal council member of the Standing Rock Sioux tribe. Always, the benefit of the doubt goes to white men in their industry, never to Native people who stand to protect the natural world. If we stop fighting, that pattern will never change. We must continue to protect our water, our sacred lands, and our future, Young added. After arriving in Bismarck, Felice was able to spend a few minutes with friends before being transferred to a halfway house. So, again, this is going to be from nativenewsonline.net. Red Fawn was released. She was released and she is back with her family now. But again, like I said, it's important for us to go back and to remember that she did 4 years. She did 4 years for protecting water, for standing up for her morals, for standing up for Mother Earth, for standing up for everybody's right for clean drinking water. You know, so real salute to Red Fawn there. We really appreciate you and everything that you did, everything that you sacrificed for us, and that definitely deserves praise and our admiration. So with all that being said, folks, remember to like this video, comment at the bottom here, share and subscribe. Love, peace, and light. Until next time, I'm out.